welcome to the NDTV Auto Show. What we have today with us is the Nissan X-Trail, the review of which are on embargo till 23rd July. You can watch our review on our YouTube channel. The handle is right here. And in the meanwhile, you can go and watch a small walk around of it on our social media platforms. But now, let's see what's on the show today. Going off-road with two entry-level capable motorcycles, Hero XPulse and Royal Enfield Himalayan. Xiaomi SU7 showcased in India. MPV showdown, Citroen C3 Aircross, Kia Carens versus Toyota Rumion. And all the auto news this week. Adventure biking segment is gaining traction in Indian market. That's why we have got two entry-level bikes for you. Kingshuk is taking Hero XPulse and Royal Enfield Himalayan off the road to tell you which one can suit you better.
What do you do when you have a Sunday on your hands and two off-road oriented motorcycles, the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 and the Hero XPulse Pro? So Anirban, it's a nice Sunday. You have these two motorcycles. We are all caked in dirt. How was your Sunday?
I mean, to start off, it was a brilliant experience. These two motorcycles are the best in the business and they come at a budget.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, these two motorcycles, the XPulse 204V Pro and the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, I mean, we had a hoot of a day riding these motorcycles on this curated off-road track. So today it was just an off-road experience, no riding on tarmac, and no power specifications and anything like that. Just pure thrill of riding. What do you say?
Well, I am lost for words. Both the motorcycles showed us immense gateway to fun and adventure, true to their name and ethos. And to start off, I would love to know few things where you felt the Himalayan, mostly the motorcycle you had been riding,
right?
Where did it shine, or where was the XPulse having an upper hand?
Straight off the bat, I mean, the Himalayan feels very, very solid, stable and composed on these kind of tracks. But again, it has like dual sport tires and not knobby tires like the XPulse 204V has. But apart from that, the kind of power that the Himalayan offers, and you must have read reports or listened to reviews which says that the bottom end grunt in the Himalayan is not something to write home about. But in this case, we did quite a few tracks where we needed that bottom end torque, and the Himalayan delivered flawlessly. So no problems on that. Where the XPulse has the upper hand is definitely the fact that it had knobby tires. One, it is significantly lighter than the Himalayan. And it is purpose built for this kind of off-road adventure.
The lightness, the agility of the XPulse kind of overshadowed the extreme ride height it has.
Right.
I am 5'7". It was really difficult to tiptoe. But
right.
On this off-road maze, I think the overall confidence you have on this motorcycle, you can't really describe in words. And I think
absolutely
that almost 2x power, it was cut down thanks to the weight.
Absolutely. I mean, both motorcycles have a difference of close to 40-45 kg in terms of weight. So that's a huge difference. And sure, the Himalayan has much more power, much more torque. But then the good fact is that, if you're comfortable on the Himalayan, then you can almost sort of catch up to the XPulse, which I was trying to do when Anirban was riding the XPulse. But overall, yes, I mean, the Himalayan, it's a more adventure touring motorcycle of sorts. Sure, you put knobby tires on it, slap on knobby tires, then of course the whole ride experience changes. And that's where the Himalayan sort of shines as well, because with the XPulse it's difficult to go touring, while the Himalayan, it's meant to do exactly that.
I mean, I would like to deflect a little.
Sure.
Few areas of concern for both the motorcycles. If you are a potential buyer trying to get into this category, the XPulse has got upper hand when it comes to agility, nimbleness.
Easily, sure.
But again, as you rightly mentioned, when you hit the highways, want to travel long distances, it's the engine of the bigger displacement, more power of the Himalayan that you'll feel more home.
Yes, absolutely.
But if you're a potential buyer, almost 2x the price, where do you see a scope of improvement for XPulse?
Simply put, the XPulse goes over the Himalayan in terms of agility, in terms of handling, in terms of cost of acquisition, because it's significantly cheaper at 1.5 lakhs ex showroom. The Himalayan, this particular model that we have, it's around 3 lakhs ex showroom, and twice the price, like you said. But the XPulse, particularly in the Pro variant, so what happens is it's a very niche product. It's meant to do just one thing, and that is go off-road on sections like these, on trails like these. While the Himalayan is more of a multifaceted motorcycle, so that's where the Himalayan shines. And the other good part is, if you drop the XPulse, it's significantly cheaper to repair and maintain, and even the parts, for that matter, are quite cheaper of the XPulse compared to the Himalayan.
I mean, if you look at into a classroom section, the Himalayan must be that all-rounder for you.
Sure.
And the XPulse is more like that lanky, tall, fast bowler,
right,
running in at 140 clicks an hour. So I think both the motorcycles have different areas of interest, but at the same time, when we put them together, this off-road zone, it was quite a day, and I think we go back with a lot of memories today.
Oh yeah, 100%, because like we said earlier, the whole point of this exercise, riding these two motorcycles here at Yansh Off-Road Adventure Zone on the outskirts of Gurugram, the whole idea was to just get a feel and enjoy the Sunday. It's not about the specifications, the performance.
You'll get a lot of it on.
You'll already have that on the internet, but this is more of the experience. And both motorcycles absolutely hoot to ride on this kind of terrain. The Himalayan in particular, once you get used to the weight, and once you slap on better tires for off-road on the Himalayan, then
it'll be a different animal altogether.
It's a different animal altogether. The XPulse, on the other hand, is fantastic. It's like tailor-made to do this kind of stuff. Just jump over, go over rocks, go over boulders, and climb any sort of an incline. It does everything with consummate ease.
And you're not concerned when you have a fall, which I did.
Oh yes,
today.
Absolutely.
So overall, I think it's the entry point to the adventure touring segment. Today, we had a lot of fun with these two motorcycles right behind us. Both of them have different areas of interest and expertise. Well, what are your thoughts on these two motorcycles? Feel free to share with us.
The Chinese mobile manufacturer Xiaomi is also a car manufacturer. It recently showcased its sedan SU7 in Indian market. Let's take a quick walk around.
Now, you may know Xiaomi to be a manufacturer of consumer electronics such as TVs, mobile phones, smartphones, and so on and so forth. But what you see behind me is the Xiaomi SU7. It is Xiaomi's first electric vehicle, and yes, it has been launched, but don't hold your breath, because it hasn't been launched in India. It has been launched in China, and Xiaomi, as of now, doesn't have any plans to launch this smart, sleek-looking electric car in India. Now the car makes the equivalent of 664 brake horsepower and 838 Newton meters. Those are some serious numbers packed into this Xiaomi electric vehicle. Now the car gets features like adaptive ride control, adaptive height, adaptive aerodynamics, adaptive flanking, and also individual drive modes, a bar boost mode, and launch control. So in China, the Xiaomi SU7 Max is priced at 299,900 yuan, which when converted to Indian currency is around 34.43 lakh rupees. Well, what are your thoughts on the Xiaomi SU7, the electric vehicle from Xiaomi? Do let us know in the comments below. And do you think that this will make for a good EV in Indian market? Do let us know about that as well.
Indians love to travel with their friends and family. And if you are in the market looking for a family-friendly car, we have got 3 for you. Kia Carens, Citroen C3 Aircross and Toyota Rumion. King Shukdatta compares to tell you which one is best suited for your family.
So the people mover segment in India is growing by leaps and bounds, and what we have today are 3 cars, 2 MPVs, the Kia Carens and the Toyota Rumion, and 1 SUV, the Citroen C3 Aircross. Now, all these 3 cars, what's common between them is the fact that all these 3 cars are 7-seaters. Now, to begin with this road test, we'll see which of these 3 cars fit your bill the best. These new gen 7-seaters are smart, comfortable, practical, they look good and offer good value for money. Talking about the design, the Citroen C3 Aircross is a handsome looking car and is easily the best looking model here. The Toyota Rumion looks similar to the Ertiga barring the badging and the front end with the chrome laden grille. The Kia Carens is styled very differently from these two and the overall design may divide opinion. Talking about features, let us start with the Citroen C3 Aircross first. Do note that we have the top spec variants of all the cars in this review. Now, the C3 Aircross is the newest car in this comparison and it gets a decent set of features like a 10.2-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, roof-mounted AC vents for rear passengers, rear-view camera and 6 airbags. But at the same time, the Citroen misses out on some basic features like keyless ignition, electrically adjustable rear-view mirrors, wireless phone charger and a sunroof. So the middle seat of the Citroen C3 Aircross, it is also roomy and the front seat is adjusted according to my seating position. So you can see there's like enough knee room and there's enough space for you to slide in your feet under. There's good support for your thighs as well. The seat squab could have been slightly better, but overall the cabin is quite spacious, but misses out on basic features like a center armrest. So this doesn't get a center armrest. That's a miss. No blinds, and yes, you do get AC for the rear passengers, but the AC, at least in this unit, in this test unit, is not very effective. The third row on the C3 Aircross is more suited for kids, and that's how the company positions it too, with a 5+2 seating configuration. It is best suited for children or adults for a short duration. The Rumion gets a 7-inch touchscreen along with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with roof-mounted AC vents and 4 airbags, along with a rear parking camera. So now we are in the middle row of the Toyota Rumion, and it is easily the most spacious, the most comfortable middle row amongst all three cars that we have today. So the seat squab is really nice, the under thigh support is really good, there's acres of knee room here, there's decent leg space, the floor is flat, but the Rumion is a little less on features. You only get one 12-volt socket here, no parcel tray, no sun blinds. Yes, you do get rear AC vents. Overall, in terms of comfort, the middle row is perhaps the best place to be. The third row on the Rumion is comfy. You do sit knee up a bit, but in this comparison, it is the best you're going to get. The Carens is easily the most feature-loaded car here, with a 10.25-inch HD touchscreen and a 10.25-inch instrument console, along with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and Bose speakers. Then you also get ventilated seats up front, individual AC vents for rear passengers, a sunroof and cooled wireless smartphone charger. So the space in the Kia Carens, in the second row in particular, is I would say at a slight premium compared to the other cars, but it does get a boatload of comfort features. See this. So you have this nice parcel tray here, so you can keep your phone and your laptop, and apart from that you have this blind to give you privacy and comfort and protection from the harsh sun, and you have the rear AC controls here, 2 USB ports, some space to keep your phones and wallet, and you have this air purifier fitted here. And apart from that, you also get this nice armrest. So if you're traveling in the Kia Carens, in the middle seat in particular, you'll be the most comfortable. There is enough room for your knees. The shelf, the parcel tray, does eat into a bit of your knee room, but that's okay. And you have enough space to slide your feet inside under the seat in front of you. So overall, decent comfort features on the Kia Carens. Talking about the third row of the Carens, you get features like individual AC vents, even in the last row, along with charging points and cubby holes to store small items. When it comes to boot space, the Carens and the Rumion get 216 litres and 209 litres respectively. The C3 Aircross gets 444 litres with 5 seats, 44 litres with all the seats up, and 511 litres with the third row seats removed, which can be done easily. The Kia Carens gets 3 engine options, 2 petrol and 1 diesel, along with multiple options for transmission. The Toyota Rumion and the Citroen C3 Aircross get a single engine option with manual and automatic gearboxes. Oh, and before we forget, the Rumion does get a CNG variant as well. Alright, so we're driving the Kia Carens, and easily this is the most engaging, most exciting car to drive between the 3 cars that we have today, along with the Toyota Rumion and the Citroen C3 Aircross. Firstly, the not so good bits. The ride quality on the Carens is slightly on the stiffer side, which means you can push this more when you want to go fast, especially around a corner. But in general, the ride quality, the bump absorption could have been slightly better. The suspension could have been slightly softer. But as long as you're driving on paved roads, it shouldn't be a problem. And talking about the engine, this gets the 1.4 turbo engine mated to a 7-speed DCT, the only DCT in the segment, and it's a hoot to drive, there's no doubt about that. Right, so now we are driving the Citroen C3 Aircross, and well, from the outside, the C3 Aircross is easily the best looking car in the segment. Well, at least in this comparison. But as far as driving dynamics is concerned, it has the best ride quality for sure. Citroen somehow has managed to nail the ride quality in almost all of its cars, be it the C3, be it the C3 Aircross, or even the C5 Aircross for that matter. So the ride quality is really nice, it's plush. The suspension takes care of all the bumps and undulations on the road with relative ease. And in terms of handling also, the car handles decently. It's not the sharpest handler, but it handles decently. And as far as the engine response is concerned, it is a mixed bag. It's not the quickest, but it has long legs. The engine itself is very tractable, and this particular model comes with the automatic gearbox, which was introduced much later after the manual gearbox option. So the automatic gearbox, again, it's not the best in the segment, but yes, it does offer you the comfort and convenience of an automatic over a manual, especially on traffic-laden roads of India. So now we are in the driving seat of the Toyota Rumion, aka Maruti Suzuki Ertiga. It has the same engine as the Ertiga, a very smooth motor, and it's quite tractable as well. The sense of urgency is a little lacking, but then that's alright, you can live with that. Overall, the driving comfort, it's better than the Carens in terms of its ride quality, but not as plush as the C3 Aircross. It sits somewhere between the two. Right, the most important consideration for most car buyers, prices. Both the Toyota Rumion and the Citroen C3 Aircross are similarly priced. The prices for the base models start at 9,99,000 rupees and 10,44,000 rupees for the Citroen and the Toyota respectively. And then it goes up to 13,56,000 rupees and 13,73,000 rupees respectively. The prices for the Kia Carens start at 10,53,000 rupees and go up to 23,75,000 rupees, which is a good 10 lakh rupees more than that of the other two cars. Yes, there is a steep difference, but then the Carens also gets the maximum features and the most powerful engines as well. In short, the Carens is the one to choose if you need comfort and features. The Rumion, like the Ertiga, is a tried and tested product with good reliability and efficiency. While the C3 Aircross is best suited for small families with its plush ride and versatility. Do note that Citroen is working on feedback from customers to increase the feature set on the C3 Aircross, and with the next set of updates, you can expect to see more features on the SUV.
It's been a busy week in the auto world. Let's take a quick update on auto news this week.
Tata has finally shown us the production spec version of the Curve. It will launch on 7th of August and it will be the electric version of the car that launches first, followed by the ICE versions. That means petrol and diesel versions will come on later. It will get a 125 horsepower 1.2 litre 3-cylinder petrol engine along with a 1.5 litre diesel engine. In terms of features, it will get a panoramic sunroof, LED headlights, 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment unit, fully digital instrument cluster, and maybe ADAS features as well. It will be a rival to the likes of Hyundai Creta, Kia Seltos, and Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara. The Mahindra Armada was one tough SUV back in the 90s, and that nameplate is going to be revived for the Mahindra Thar 5-door as well. The Mahindra Thar 5-door will be unveiled on Independence Day. There will be updates to the front grille, headlamps, and the alloy wheel design. Along with that, there will be new features as well, such as a sunroof, bigger touchscreen, dual zone climate control, and maybe ADAS features as well. Powering the 5-door Mahindra Thar will be a 2-litre petrol engine and a 2.2-litre diesel engine. And of course, there will be automatic options all across the board and 4x4 system as well. This car will go up against the Force Gurkha 5-door. The sleeping giant from Japan, Nissan, has also woken up from its long slumber. The brand is finally going to launch a new car in India, and it's called the Nissan X-Trail. The 4th generation model of the car gets a lot of road presence, a lot of feel-good features like Bose sound system, panoramic sunroof, floating touchscreen, and a lot more inside. This car will go up against the likes of the Volkswagen Tiguan and the Skoda Kodiaq. Let's hope this car also brings the X factor for Nissan in India. And speaking of X Factor, there's a new Royal Enfield in town, and King Shukdatta is going to talk about it.
So the Royal Enfield Guerrilla 450 has been finally launched in India with prices starting at 2,39,000 rupees, going up to 2,54,000 rupees. There will be 3 variants on offer: Flash, Dash and Analog, in that order. So the Guerrilla 450 is based on the same Sherpa 450 platform as the Himalayan, same engine, same specifications, slightly different tune change. It's meant for the urban environment, and it's a whole 11 kg lighter than the Himalayan. Apart from that, it goes up against established rivals like the Triumph Speed 400, the Hero Maverick 440, the Harley Davidson X440, and also the KTM 390 Duke.
Well, that's all from us today, but don't forget to join us next week when we will get you a detailed review of Nissan X-Trail. Till then, take care, drive safe, always belt up. Thanks for watching.